Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right. So I will break down Bud versus Kell Brook later on. At the end of the day, we already know this is about comparison. Who does better against a common opponent, which it really doesn't mean anything because at the end of the day, styles make fights. It really does. Styles make fights. So I'll talk about that later for basically, just entertainment purposes, just something to give, the subs and the fans of boxing something to discuss, but means absolutely nothing. Okay, so with that being said, I just want to bring something to your attention because, like I said, I got to keep doing this because at the end of the day, now all of a sudden, that it looked like Bud versus, well, it's pretty much official. Just got to be announced, but it's a done deal. The fight's gonna happen. Look, when Kell Brook was on Max on boxing, that pretty much told you that the fight was going down. The fight was finalized pretty much like early last week, but it's going to happen. So, with that being said, let's talk about the people that's now going back and forth with, their narrative towards Bud versus Kell Brook. And now you're going to have some people that's going to try to downplay this fight, where you're going to have some people, they gonna hate on this fight no matter what. If Bud goes in there and he beats the hell out of Kell Brook, then you're going to hear all the excuses. Well, he came down from weight and all this kind of stuff. And, he already had a messed up eye. And, or if Bud struggles and it's a even kill fight and Bud wins a unanimous decision, people still going to have something to say. They're going to say, well, Errol Spence, he stopped Kell Brook. Bud didn't. So y'all got to watch out for that. So now that this fight is pretty much official, that's what's going on now. Now keep in mind, you had a lot of people that was begging Bud to take this fight, and people kept saying, "Well, Bud gotta prove himself." How he gotta prove himself when he was a undisputed champion at another weight class? And once again, he stopped everybody he's fought at 147. He stopped everybody. Okay? He stopped everybody. But you want to compare his opponents to other people's opponents who keep fighting everybody, fighting recycled fights. But that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Because I want to see how somebody like Danny Garcia would do against the Mean Machine and other people. See, I don't go by, you know what I'm saying? I don't always officially go by rankings and all that kind of stuff because, see, here's the thing. When Danny Garcia was the number one contender for the WBO belt, I was the only one that put that video out. And you had people trying to play the negotiation police and say, oh, well, why didn't he give Danny Garcia $6 million like he gave Amir Khan? Well, why didn't Danny Garcia, send a counteroffer? Because he didn't want to fight Bud. He didn't want the smoke. And that's basically what it came down to. Now, the reason why Kell Brook, and see, the funny thing is people was praying that Kell Brook didn't take the 1.5 million, but he gonna make extra money on the back end because from what I heard, they may put this fight on pay-per-view in the UK. So there's still gonna be some back end money for Kell Brook. So he will actually probably make a little bit more than $1.5 million. He'll probably make two and some change, maybe even three, depending on the success of the fight overseas. Now it still hasn't been determined on whether this fight is gonna be pay per view or regular ESPN or ESPN Plus. I'm hoping that it's just regular ESPN. Okay. You know, because you got to remember what's going on here. You just have people that's just super fans of the PBC and Al Heyman, where that's not me. Okay, I'm just keeping it 100. I ain't one of these people where Al can do no wrong in my eyes, and I support Al just because he a black man. And like I said, whenever Al Heyman ever spoke on anything concerning the black community, he ain't that type of dude. I mean, it is what it is, but it's kind of amazing how you have people that worship the ground he walk on, but not me, not doing that no more, because I know what be going on behind the scenes, and I'm not going to get deep into the Gary Russell Jr. thing. I've reached out to Gary Russell Jr.'s camp. I've yet to hear from them, because I reached out to Batman. I haven't heard from Batman since he the mouthpiece for Gary Russell Jr. in most cases. So I'm just leaving it at that. You know, if they want to tell their side of the story, hey, it is what it is. But I want y'all to understand, for, you know, I'm not going to say intelligent, because I don't want to say people that's PBC nut huggers and Al Heyman nut huggers is stupid. I would never go that route. But I want to say this for the logical people. It's a solid fight. A lot of people can't put their personal feelings aside for Bud because of some of the things he's done in regards to how he's treated the media, and particularly black media. Once again, I'm about to provide the proof. Now, he did an interview with Brian Custer. Brian Custer is black, and he worked for Fox. He don't work for Top Rank. And he has his own podcast that is his, not anybody else. But they want to push this narrative about Bud because he's fell so out of favor with certain people in black media. And I just got over it. Like I said, I'm not finna spend the rest of my days, you know, bitching about Bud, not talking to black media. Hey, if he changed his mind, hey, I'm here. But I'm not, and at the same time, I'm not going to chase Bud down neither. That's real. If I ask him for an interview, he say no, then hey, I'll move on. Where he won't interview me, somebody will. Okay? So, oh yeah, by the way, once again, see, y'all show some love to Faison Love, man, for real, for you know, granting me that interview, cause like I said, he cool. I respect that. You know, he understands that you need to talk to black media. So whether you agree with his stance on certain subjects or not, give him his props. But, you know, if he would have told me no, I wouldn't have, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have threw a hissy fit or none of that stuff or held a personal grudge against him. I asked, he said yes, and hey, let me monetize it. I meant every word I said. So, it's cool. But let me get back to the Bud thing. Like I said, people cannot put their personal feelings aside. So that's why, he ain't fought nobody. I guarantee you, if Bud was doing interviews with everybody, he would get high praise. And like I said, some of these dudes are hypocrites. And and I don't have to say no names. You know who these dudes are. They say Bud going on a bombast. Look who Triple G about to fight. Triple G. I should call him Triple B because he is a bitch when it comes to fighting. I should call him that. Definitely ain't Big Baller Brand. But Triple G's whole career has been a bum bash or a B-level fighter. That's all he's fought. But you had people praising him like he was like for real. I know people now kind of changed their tune on Triple G. But I remember like 3-4 years ago, I remember people was on Triple G's nutsack and he hadn't fought nobody. He ran from all the best fights that he could have made. Still ain't fought Demetrius Andrade. Been ducking him. Still ain't fought. Still ain't fought Charlo. But he get all this high praise though. But then these dudes claim to be black media, but then they constantly trying to tear down another black man. So you got to look at the hypocrisy with these dudes. I'm just keeping it 100. You can't have it both ways. Like when somebody doing interviews with you, you good, but then when they not, then you like the hell with them. So I'm just calling out the inconsistency. Like I said, people asked for this Kell Brook fight. Y'all asked for it. Y'all wanted it. So now y'all got it. Now some of y'all trying to change the narrative and stuff. What you gonna make up next? What excuses you gonna make for this fight if Bud goes in there and he beats the hell out of Kell Brook, which I think is gonna be a very competitive fight. I think this thing about Bud's chin is overblown too. I mean, Bud then got. I mean, who hasn't got rocked in a fight? I mean, for real. Let's keep 100. You know what I'm saying? Cause Sean, he rocked Errol Spence a couple of times. Now I want you to go watch that Mean Machine fight again. After Bud got dropped, Bud got up and he continued to fight, and Bud got hit with some shots. Watch that fight again. I don't think his chin is as bad as they making it out to be. Okay? So I think that's a little overblown. And keep in mind, he got hit flush by Amir Khan. So I don't think Bud's chin is as bad as they make it out to be. Okay? So let's just stop that. But I'm just telling y'all to watch out for some of these cats. Like I said, they asked for this fight. Now they trying to change the narrative. Stop trying to change the narrative, man. It's a solid fight. You know what I'm saying? It's a solid fight. It's going to be a good fight. People making it look like Kell Brook got like 9 losses or something. I mean, for real. He got 2 losses, if I'm not mistaken, and Danny Garcia got 2 losses. But this is gonna be, but on the opposite end, this is gonna be a world beater. Okay. So I'm just keeping it 100. I just had to say this right quick. But like I say, now all of a sudden people changing the narrative with Bud. So it is what it is. People just ain't gonna like that dude no matter what. And I think that's unfortunate. And it's some hypocrisy with certain black media. This your boy Town Biz. I'm out.